From Apple Valley News Now, First Alert Weather with Chief Meteorologist Josh Colbreth.
Good Monday morning and happy Labor Day. I'm First Alert Chief Meteorologist Josh Colbreth. Hope you had a fantastic weekend as it continues on this three-day weekend. High temperature is going to be around 95 for this Labor Day, a little bit closer to 100 for Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday. Hazy sunshine for the foreseeable future, although that might get disrupted a little bit with some shower chances going up and cooler weather as we head into this weekend. Speaking of the haze, we are seeing it in full force in the Yakima Valley for this morning. That view brought to you courtesy of BIMAR. Could be actually a little bit smoky in the Yakima Valley, just given its proximity to the fire in Yakima County that we'll talk about here in just a little bit. Right now, temperatures in the 50s and 60s in the mountains, 50s, 60s, and 70s for lower elevation, 72 degrees this morning in Walla Walla. Your day planner forecast for this Labor Day. Going to see plenty of sunshine out there, but it will be hazy sunshine and some more clouds and perhaps some thicker haze as we talk about the valleys. But a lot more to say about this fire burning in Umatilla County. That's going to be coming up on Good Morning Northwest, which starts right now.
Straight ahead on Good Morning Northwest, firefighters working to contain multiple wildfires across several counties, with one growing in Yakima over the weekend. And just ahead, our very own Chief Meteorologist returns, Josh Colbreth, with the full breakdown of that blaze. And Pasco police make another arrest in the fatal shooting of a woman on Marie Street. This arrest taking place in Sunnyside, and we have who's now in custody, and also what led to a second arrest. And it is Labor Day, which means Kennewick's 12th annual Labor Day picnic is happening at Columbia Park. Everything from food and music to kids' activities. See all of what's in store right here on Good Morning Northwest, which starts right now.
This is Apple Valley News Now. Good Morning Northwest on your side.
Good morning, everyone, and thank you for joining us for Good Morning Northwest. I'm Jessica Jalal. It is Monday, September 1st. We want to get right into your top stories, and we begin with Fire Watch at a Yakima County where fire crews are continuing to battle a blaze that first sparked last Monday. It's thought to be caused by lightning strikes. Teams are using Forest Service roads and lakes to bring in equipment and water, while trails and some roads remain closed for safety. This morning, recreationists are also being asked to avoid campfires and to yield to aircrafts pulling water from the area lakes. But now we'll get a look at the conditions that are helping fuel this fire. Our very own Chief Meteorologist Josh Colbreth joining us now. And Josh, you've been tracking evacuations and progression of this fire. What more can you tell us?
Yeah, last week this started as a 10-acre lightning fire, and just sort of incrementally all throughout last week it grew, and it really grew over the weekend. Now it's above 1,000 acres. Containment, don't have any word on that. It's burning a little bit to the west of Bumping Lake, and when you start to see some of these brighter red colors popping up on our map, these are the hot spots, and so some very hot active portions of this fire within the perimeter right now, so we'll keep a very close eye on that. A very different situation in northern Umatilla County, this Hatch Grade and Juniper Canyon fire. The acreage much larger as opposed to that Wildcat fire, as it's now closing in on 7,600 acres, but it is 75% contained. And also this is burning in sagebrush, which is not as explosive as the very heavy timber can be that we're seeing in the Cascades with the Wildcat fire. So tracking both of these very closely. If we have any information to pass along for either of these, we'll let you know a little bit later in the show.
Thank you, Josh. We go now to a follow-up in connection to the fatal shooting of Lupita Ponce Penaloza from back on July 23rd. The Pasco Police Department says they've now arrested a second person, this one in Sunnyside. He's identified as 31-year-old Jose Sanchez. Now to recap, Pasco Police responded to a 911 call at a residence on Marie Street, and the caller said someone had shot a woman and that she was no longer conscious or breathing. Police arrived to find Ponce Penaloza dead at the scene. And earlier this summer, an investigation led to the arrest of 30-year-old Jonathan Villegas, and that was on July 26th near Pendleton. Now to Pasco, where their ongoing aquatic center project may be slowed down because of an ongoing labor strike. Apple Valley News Now's William Albert spoke with the Pasco Public Facilities District to learn more about what exactly is happening.
Earlier this month, a strike by the International Union of Operating Engineers, Local 302, against Associated General Contractors began. slowing down some construction projects across eastern Washington. The Pasco Aquatic Center, now under construction in the Broadmoor area, is one of the projects that could face delays as a result of the strike. But Executive Director for the Pasco Public Facilities District, Matt Watkins, says right now he doesn't have many details.
I think we're also wondering what's going on too, because we are not party to any of the negotiations that's going on with that. So we're hearing things third hand and reading it also about in the media. We're not currently affected by the strike to where we're having to stop work.
Currently, Watkins says there's a lot that he doesn't know about the strike or the parties involved. Yet he still thinks that construction should continue as normal without a hitch.
Know that the kind of work we're working on doing our external pool. They're laying foundation work for the construction of the outside pool. So that's an example of one activity that's not affected by the strike.
The Aquatic Center will feature an outdoor section that makes up about 40% of the facility. Complete with a plunge slide and a second lazy river, Watkins says a new attraction is also being added.
And then also just last week, the PFD board, with the saved money that we've found through this design build process, we're going to be adding a ninja course. This is a $750,000 piece of equipment that retracts from the ceiling on the indoor part of it, and so that people will be able to compete in sort of a ninja-style competition.
Despite the uncertainty surrounding the strike, Watkins says he's hopeful that all sides will come to an agreement soon.
As soon as the parties figure it out, we're eager to finish up our project so that we can open it next May.
For now, construction on the Aquatic Center is still moving forward as planned, while Watkins and others wait for a resolution. In Pasco, William Albert, Apple Valley News Now.
Thank you, William. And Watkins also says phase 1 of the project is still on track to be finished by May of next year. Moving on now to a crime alert. Deputies in Benton County are asking for your help in identifying a package theft suspect. So take a look at your screen. This happened on the 1400 block of 8th Street. The man can be seen on camera taking a package from a home. Now, if you recognize this man in the video, you're being asked to call police on their non-emergency dispatch line. In local health news, Benton County officials are urging people to take precautions after the season's first detection of West Nile virus in the area. The Benton County Mosquito Control District confirmed 3 mosquito pools in Kennewick tested positive for the virus last week. Now, this was off of Edison and Columbia Park Trail. So far, no human or animal cases have been reported in Washington, but officials say most people who become infected with West Nile virus don't show symptoms. However, in rare cases, it can cause serious illness, including meningitis, encephalitis, or even death. Now, to reduce the risk, experts recommend draining standing water around your home, also wearing long-sleeve shirts and pants, and using an EPA-approved repellent.
Every indication that we have right now, it shows that the next couple of weeks are going to be kind of our peak time frame for disease activity popping up in our mosquitoes, and so we definitely want residents to be wearing repellent as much as they can through the rest of September.
Beeler says just on Friday, more samples from Yakima County tested positive, and officials say the public can also help by reporting areas of standing water to the Mosquito Control District so that crews can treat those sites before mosquitoes spread even further. 6:08, we go now to Oregon, where the Boardman Food Pantry is hosting a fundraising event this Thursday. And this is in efforts to rebuild after a fire burned the pantry down back in July. The fundraiser will feature a dinner and auction. Individual tickets are being sold for $50 and sponsored tables are $750. All proceeds will go towards rebuilding the food pantry. And one organizer says there are still ways to help even if you can't go.
They can always make a donation to the food pantry, or they can build a basket or some other auction item. So we've encouraged people to put together something that we can auction. If it's a larger item, we'll have an actual verbal audio auction.
The fundraiser will be held at Boardman Sage Center with doors opening at 5 p.m. today. Now looking ahead to today, Often viewed as the last hurrah of summer, today is Labor Day, and it's a day that celebrates the American worker. The holiday means that government offices and banks will be closed, and there will be no mail service for today. But plenty of stores will be open, and some will try to attract customers with some holiday sales. And also lots of events are happening right here in our area. That includes Kennewick's 12th annual Labor Day picnic. You can head over to Columbia Park from 11 in the morning until 3 this afternoon. You can enjoy live music, delicious grilled food, ice cream, and also fun for the kids with face painting and inflatables. There's also a car and motorcycle show. And don't forget to bring your picnic blankets and chairs and make a day of it with your friends and family. All right, coming up next, a quick-thinking stranger leaps into action to save a young child walking alone on monorail tracks at Hershey Park. Through the dramatic rescue that had everyone holding their breath, it's all coming up in your national news after the break. But first, our Chief Meteorologist Josh Colbreth will have your first alert weather forecast. Keep it here. Good Morning Northwest. We'll be right back.
Hello, Shelby.
Hello, Mariano.
Upload Mrs. Robinson's case.
Processing.
Is there any new information?
The record shows no driver at fault. However, we found footage which shows the other driver caused the wreck.
Nice job. What's the insurance company's offer?
You know it's too low. Should I ask them for more?
Thanks, Shelby. But you know when they hear from the heavy hitter, they'll pay much more.
The heavy hitter is the one for you. Call 853-2222.
Injured in a car wreck? Call the heavy hitter, Attorney Mariano Morales.
The best bulls in the world have come to town. For bulls and their riders, those 8 seconds go by in a heartbeat. 8 seconds to become a champion or nothing.
Time to make some noise and welcome the best bull riders in the world!
It's bull time, Kennewick. PBR bucks into Toyota Center September 5th and 6th. Get your tickets now at pbr.com/tickets or Ticketmaster.
Before our service would be in and out, we wanted to switch to T-Mobile to make sure that we have better coverage.
T-Mobile is now the best network, and with the most satellites, we're connecting hundreds of thousands in places where cell towers can't reach with T-Satellite.
I signed up for T-Satellite to give me peace of mind as a mom that makes life better knowing that it's there when we need it.
Upgrade to the best network. Right now, T-Mobile will pay off 4 phones up to $3,200. Plus, hook you up with 4 new phones on us. Switch today.
Whitman Hill Winery joins hands with MultiCare Cancer Institute at North Star Lodge and the Memorial Foundation to fight cancer. On Friday, September 19th, enjoy an upscale intimate wine dinner, an evening to remember. Then join us for a day of fun on Saturday. Savor Big Stick Barbecue and sweet treats from Cupcakes and Corks. Plus, groove to the music of Mike Powers and then KCJ Jazz Company. We'll close the night with a heartfelt floating luminary memorial on Whitman Pond. Visit WhitmanHillWine.com to learn how you can help crush cancer. Whitman Hill Winery, pouring hope, raising strength.
Choice Privileges makes it easy to earn points and maximize any vacation. You can earn reward nights fast and redeem at over 7,400 hotels. Maximized. Check into more. Join Choice Privileges at choicehotels.com.
Macy's Labor Day sale has our lowest prices of the season up to 60% off. From our exclusive Radley sectional to the mahogany Hedworth Queen bed. Plus, get white glove delivery and great financing. It's going on now, only at Macy's.
Apple Valley News Now. Hope you have a great Labor Day. From Apple Valley News Now, First Alert Weather with Chief Meteorologist Josh Colbreth.
Welcome back to Good Morning Northwest. There is an extreme heat watch that's in place for lower elevations. It's been issued by the National Weather Service in Pendleton. This runs from 11 a.m. tomorrow morning to 8 p.m. on Thursday, and we'll talk much more about the heat coming up a little bit later in the show. But for this morning, we are in the 50s, 60s, and 70s in Kittitas County, 58 in Ellensburg, 72 in Vantage. Then in the Yakima Valley, seeing 60s up and down the valley. Then in the lower Columbia Basin, 50s and 60s, 59 in the Tri-Cities, 68 in Benton City. For the Blue Foothills, mid-60s for the Morrow County foothills, 60s and 70s for the rest of the foothills, and 50s and 60s for the highest terrain of the Blue Mountains. Here's your coatcast for today for the Tri-Cities. The light jacket stuff for this morning. It's going to be all t-shirt weather from about 9 o'clock, 10 o'clock onward. As for lower elevations, we're going to end up in the mid-90s, so about 10 degrees hotter than normal for Labor Day. Okay, let's show you Futurecast low-level wildfire smoke. Yes, low level at this point, as we are tracking the smoke coming in from the Wildcat fire. So some of the smoke in the Yakima Valley is going to thin out a little bit later in the day, but into the evening, winds out of the north and west, that'll put that smoke plume back into the Yakima Valley, especially in the upper valley. And for tomorrow, going to deal with the exact same thing. Into the evening, that northwesterly push in winds, so some of that smoke could end up back in the valley. If we did see air quality that was reduced down to unhealthy for sensitive groups, wouldn't be too surprised. We'll keep a very close eye on that. And this fire not going to be helped out by the heat, which is on the way. I'll tell you just how hot coming up in a few minutes.
Thank you, Josh. Taking a look at your top national headlines, the Social Security Administration's chief data officer has involuntarily resigned, and this is just days after filing a whistleblower complaint. In his resignation letter, Charles Borges wrote the agency has taken actions against him that make it impossible to do his job both legally and ethically. Earlier this week, he filed a whistleblower complaint saying efforts by the Department of Government Efficiency put the records of more than 300 million Americans at risk, and the data included people's names, social security numbers, and dates of birth. We'll, of course, keep you updated on that. And now we go to a dramatic rescue at a theme park in Pennsylvania that happened over the weekend. If you take a look at your screen, you'll see that on Saturday, a young child who wandered away from his parents at Hershey Park, he was seen walking by himself along a monorail track. A crowd quickly gathered below, and that's when a man in the crowd, John Sampson, said his dad instincts suddenly kicked in. So he climbed on top of the roof of a concession stand and then leapt onto the tracks to rescue the little boy. Wow. Oh, you could see right there at the top. Thankfully, the boy was not hurt, and once he was back on the ground, he was reunited with his family. Officials say the monorail was not running at the time of the incident. Now to more national news, the Powerball jackpot has grown to a staggering $1.1 billion. So that's after no one correctly matched all 6 numbers on Saturday night. The next drawing is today, and it'll be the 5th largest prize in the history of the game. So Powerball tickets are $2 each and are sold in 45 states. Again, that next drawing is tonight, so go get your tickets and try not to labor on this Labor Day if you win. All right, keep it here because coming up next on Good Morning Northwest, Josh Colbreth is back with how your weather is looking for today and the rest of the week. It's all coming up in his first alert weather forecast, which is in just a few minutes right after the break.
From Apple Valley News Now, this is Medically Speaking.
Here at the clinic, we offer our medical weight loss program. Diabetes, and more broadly, insulin resistance, is a highly inflammatory state that increases our risk of cardiovascular disease, cancer, as well as Alzheimer's and other neurodegenerative diseases.
Basically, it's the lack of awareness about what's creating that weight. There's lots of psychological aspects to that, so that where you come to is to a more centered place of feeling good and connected and positive about yourself, self-confidence.
You have access to over 100 weekly group fitness classes, top-notch fitness facilities, cutting-edge scientific therapies integrated into your program, and dedicated coaches rooting for your success. We also offer options for pharmaceutical assistance. We create patient-specific game plans centered around the 7 essential elements, which are sleep, nutrition, atmosphere, breathing, movement, thought, and purpose.
So rather than just focus, it's not dieting, and it's not focused on dieting, and that's not what we do here at Pacific Clinic. It's mind, body, physical, emotional, mental, and the combination of all of those things. And I think that makes us tremendously different than any of the other programs out there.
To get started, call 509-783-5465 and schedule an appointment with a client advocate today.
For 25 years, you've made Triple Play more than just a place to play. You've turned it into a place where memories are made. We want to thank our amazing guests and community. From birthday parties to company outings and spontaneous weekend adventures, your memories are what make Triple Play special. Here's to 25 years of fun and many more to come. Thank you for being part of our story.
Let's get this show on the road. I'm obsessed.
I'm obsessed.
Is this what the inside of your head looks like?
Not even close. It's good. I want it.
We all screw up our kids. Look what they did to mine.
Yeah, you did. I have it.
How about being our next Golden Bachelor? Let's do it.
What's not to like? It's the best.
We're on the move.
You're trying to steal my husband. You stole him first. This is what I came for. I'm obsessed.
Live with Kelly and Mark today at 9 on Apple Valley News Now.
From Apple Valley News Now, First Alert Weather with Chief Meteorologist Josh Colbreth.
Welcome back to Good Morning Northwest. On this Labor Day, we're going to have plenty of sunshine out there, a few more clouds for the US 97 corridor and up in the Cascades. It's going to be a lot of haze up in the skies. In fact, a little bit smoky in the Yakima Valley as we're seeing some of that smoke downwind of the wildcat fire that's burning in northwestern Yakima County. High temperatures for today, 70s in the Cascades, 80s in the Blues, and we are going to be in the 90s for our lower elevations. Wind gusts are going to be, it's going to be a little bit breezy in the Blue Foothills and the Southern Blues for Sadish Pass for the Dalles and up in the Cascades. The rest of us going to see light winds. And then for tonight, again, skies are going to be mostly clear of clouds, but could see haze across the map and then more smoke that could surge into the Yakima Valley, especially the upper Yakima Valley from, again, the wildcat fire that's burning in northwestern Yakima County just to the west of Bumping Lake. And then for tonight, overnight lows dropping down into the 50s in the Cascades, 50s and 60s in the Blues, and 60s for lower elevations. Wind gusts for tonight, a little bit breezy in the Kittitas Valley and for the Dalles, but for the rest of us, light winds. High temperatures going to inch their way closer and closer to 100 degrees for Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday. The pivot on Friday, and then cooling off as we head into Saturday and Sunday. Still technically going to be above average for Saturday and Sunday, but just not as hot as what we're going to experience during the middle of the week. And that cool down going to coincide with some little shower chances for Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. For Friday, just up in the mountains, but for Saturday and Sunday, this could impact the valleys, the basin, and the foothills. So we'll keep a very close eye on things. Here's a 7-day forecast for the Tri-Cities. Mid-90s for today, the same thing for Friday, but sort of sandwich in between that. Near 100 for Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday, and then cooler and perhaps a little bit wetter into this weekend. In the Yakima Valley, right around 100 Tuesday through Thursday, mid-90s for Friday, back into the 80s for Saturday and Sunday with 10 to 20% shower chances. Then in the Kittitas Valley, also again, a hot and dry and hazy start to the week, but for the weekend, 10 to 20% thunderstorm chances as highs slip down into the 80s. In Hermiston, also that hot, dry, and hazy forecast through Thursday. Looks like perhaps with that incoming storm system, maybe the haze could thin out a little bit for Friday. Clouds definitely increasing, and then shower chances increasing for this weekend. And then finally for Walla Walla, hot stuff, especially Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday. A little bit less hot for Friday, and then still very warm, but just not as hot. And then some shower and thunderstorm chances for this weekend.
Coming up next on Good Morning Northwest, from sharks to schoolyard showdowns, the weekend box office brought big battles and even bigger dollars. Find out which movie claimed the #1 spot and how much the Labor Day weekend raked in for theaters. It's all coming up in your entertainment news.
The best bulls in the world have come to town. For bull riders, 8 seconds can make them a champion or nothing. It's bull time. It's bull time, Kennewick. Your tickets now at pbr.com/tickets or Ticketmaster.
Get ready for adventure with the fun and rugged 2025 Ford Bronco Outer Banks from Price Ford of Yakima Valley. Nob Hill Casino's biggest prize ever. Want to drive it home? Just enter daily at Nob Hill Casino now through Wednesday, October 8th for your chance to win. While you're here, enjoy our 16-lane bowling center, mouth-watering cheeseburgers at the Last Frontier restaurant, cold drinks at the bar, and try your luck with pull tabs and table game action.
We invite you to come visit us at Price Fort of Yakima Valley and Nob Hill Casino, where the locals play.
At Browner RV, we're gearing up for a huge event you will not want to miss out on.
The Forest River National Sales Event is on now. For a limited time, you can save big across our entire lineup of Forest River products. There's still time to get out, go camping, and make unforgettable memories. With Forest River, you'll find the perfect RV built for your journey and perfected for your stay. Don't wait. These amazing deals won't last long. Broadmoor RV, we made camping fun.
Workers and the families of deceased workers who worked at the Hanford site are now eligible for compensation for diseases and illnesses. This may be in addition to compensation already being received. Smart Law will be hosting a Hanford Workers' Compensation educational dinner at their Kennewick office Thursday, September 18th at 6 p.m. To register, call 509-735-5555. Dinner provided. Smart Law, smart choice.
At Meredith Furniture, we know how important a good night's sleep is, even if we don't always use the beds for sleeping. Right now, you can save big on top quality mattresses, perfect for families like ours. Because when we do sleep, it should be amazing. Meredith Furniture on South First and Washington, right next to Hobby Lobby.
Together, we've raised over $1.1 million to grant life-changing wishes for kids right here in our community. Every vehicle sold brings us closer to the next. Wheels make wishes come true. Find more ways to help at wish.org/AKWA. McCurley Dealerships, your way home.
This newscast sponsored by Mariano Morales Law.
Welcome back to Good Morning Northwest and your entertainment headlines. Labor Day weekend brought a couple of new movies to theaters, as well as the return of the original blockbuster.
All right, well, let's see who made it to the top over the holiday weekend. So David Daniel has the top 5 films in theaters.
You're a bottomless pit of need!
The Roses came out fighting in 5th place, beginning its run with $6.4 million.
Change the hearts you know are wrong.
Freakier Friday fell to 4th place. The comedy sequel made $6.5 million.
How much is there? Over $4 million.
The action comedy Caught Stealing debuted in 3rd place, opening with $7.8 million.
You yell shark, we've got a panic on our hands on the 4th of July.
The 50th anniversary re-release of Jaws gobbled up $8.1 million for 2nd place.
Why just her classroom? Why only her?
I love those kids.
Weapons returned to number 1, earning $10.2 million for a domestic total of $135 million on a production budget of $38 million. In Hollywood, I'm David Daniel.
Okay, out of all of those, I think Weapons looks, I've seen Freakier Friday and I loved that, but Weapons kind of looks like the best one out of that 5
I've heard
list.
some pretty good things about Weapons.
You're an Ozarks fan, right?
Yes.
Yes, so that actress, just amazing, insane.
She's incredible.
So you know it's gonna be good.
She deserved a better ending in Ozark, I felt like. Did you watch it?
I never finished it, but I did hear the ending.
Okay.
But I saw
I hope I didn't spoil it for anyone.
You may have spoiled it for someone, but that's okay, I already knew. All right, keep it here because there's still so much more on Good Morning Northwest. Coming up, harassment claims against a Sunnyside council member are far from over. A judge recently lifting a restraining order, but the controversy continues and we have all the details. Plus, a vacant Pasco City Council seat needs to be filled and time is running out to apply. We'll tell you how you can throw your hat in the ring, all coming up in your 6:30 half hour.
At Columbia Basin Oral and Maxillofacial Surgeons, your safety is our top priority. We are the only board-certified oral and maxillofacial surgery experts in wisdom tooth removal and dental implant placement in the Tri-Cities. With years of experience and a commitment to excellence, we ensure every patient receives safe, personalized treatment. Ask your dentist to refer you to the Tri-Cities experts in oral surgery, Columbia Basin Oral and Maxillofacial Surgeons. We look forward to meeting you.
Right now, US Cellular makes it easy to switch and get $1,000 off any phone with no trade-in.
No trade-in? But we're willing to trade in our teeth.
Nope, you don't have to trade your teeth in or an old phone.
I like that.
Yeah, your parents get an amazing deal.
I almost lost this one.
Yeah, you get to leave your tooth under your pillow.
For me, it's Tooth Fairy time.
Get $1,000 off any phone with no trade-in, and we'll pay off your current contract when you switch. U.S. Cellular, built for us.
Why do patients and families immediately think of Good Shepherd? They trust our knowledge and expertise. They value the compassionate care we provide. They feel like they are being taken care of by family. From our renowned doctors and top-of-the-line technology to our state-of-the-art facilities, Good Shepherd Healthcare System. Patients first, always.
From cookouts to cleanup, let Fred's Appliance help you tackle Labor Day. Get truckload savings on all Bosch appliances. Whether you need to upgrade your kitchen or laundry room, Fred's Appliance has the Bosch you need. Explore in-stock, get it today inventory. Like this Bosch refrigerator. Save $1,000 while they last. Swing in today to save big and get exclusive in-store rebates. Fred's Appliance. We sell appliances, only appliances.
The accident happened so quickly.
I had no idea what to do next.
Instead of going through it alone, I found hope.
With Abita Nelson.
For over 40 years, we've helped families navigate the complicated legal process.
Getting the care and settlement you deserve.
Abita Nelson took care of everything.
So I could focus on healing and getting back to my life.
Abita Nelson took my injury personally.
Accidents happen.
Compensation should too.
Abita Nelson, we take your injury personally.
I love the fact my wife is taller than me. We are very different people physically. She's taller. We're also different races.
Here comes Brad Williams.
I'm in a mixed race marriage, mixed race relationship. My wife is half Chinese. I'm half.
Growth Spurt Tour.
Some of you got that joke. Okay, some of you got it. Some of you are just staring at me like, what's the other half? And I'm like,
Friday, October 10th, Legends Casino Hotel. Get tickets now at Ticketmaster.com and Legends Gift Shop. Don't miss Brad Williams. Friday, October 10th, Legends Casino Hotel.
This is Apple Valley News Now. Good morning, Northwest. On your side.
Good morning, everyone, and thank you for joining us for Good Morning Northwest. I'm Jessica Jalal.
And I'm Josh Colbert.
All right, so 3-degree guarantee. It's been a little back and forth, kind of like our temperatures this summer. You know,
yes.
a little bit this, little bit of that. But we're at $50.
Yes, we are at 50. It has been a little touch and go. August was very touch and go. You know, it's a new month. It's September 1st.
Yeah.
So
it's going to keep going.
Yeah, new vibes.
All month long.
Yes. All right, we are at $50 now for our 3-degree guarantee, sponsored by our very good friends at the Legends Casino and Hotel. Went with the forecast high of 96 in Pasco Tri-Cities on Friday. It verified at 94, so the jackpot, again, now up to $50. So for today, once again, going with the forecast high of 96 in Pasco Tri-Cities. So if it verifies between 93 to 99, jackpot's going to hit $75. If that doesn't happen, the jackpot could be yours. Find out how to win the jackpot by going to applevalleyNewsNow.com, clicking on the contest page, or you can scan the QR code that's on your screen. Okay, bottom line for the forecast, toasty for this Labor Day. Highs around 95 for lower elevations. Even toastier for Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday as we'll be up around 100 degrees. Hazy sunshine for the foreseeable future. In fact, a little bit smoky for portions of the Yakima Valley. Maybe some of that could get disrupted with some cooler temperatures and shower chances going up as we head into this weekend. Let's take you back to this morning. Right now you're taking a live, beautiful look at Kennewick. This view coming courtesy of the Apple Valley News Now First Alert weather app. You can download for free in the App Store or on Google Play. Temperatures this morning, 50s in the Cascades, 60s in the Blues, 50s, 60s, and 70s for lower elevations, 59 in the Tri-Cities, but 72 in the Banana Belt in Walla Walla. Okay, your hourly forecast for today for the Tri-Cities. Our best opportunity for haze is going to be as we head into the afternoon and the early evening, and high temperatures getting up into the mid-90s for the hottest part of the day, about 10 degrees hotter than normal for this time of the year. So I'll take you on that zone-by-zone tour of today's forecast, and I will show you what is going to end up happening to vegetation dryness as we trend a little bit hotter. So all that's going to come up in a few minutes.
Thank you, Josh. Now we begin this half hour of news in Pasco, where voters in District 4 have just one more day to apply for a vacant city council seat. This opening comes after the resignation of Mayor and Councilmember Pete Serrano. Whoever is selected will serve through the end of the year. Applications can be submitted online or at the city manager's office, but again, the deadline is tomorrow. Interviews are set for September 15th during a city council meeting, and that process will be open to the public. We'll of course keep you updated. Now to continuing coverage in Sunnyside, where harassment claims against a council member by the city's human resources manager is far from over. So last week, a Yakima judge ruled to lift the temporary restraining order that Irving Brown Sr. had placed on council member Teresa Hancock. Brown's attorney, Ben York, stating they were deeply disappointed with the court's decision. He says Brown and other city employees continue to face a hostile work environment and also harassment from some council members. York also telling us that Hancock's lawyer admitted the council member hired a private investigator to keep Brown under surveillance.
These actions were carried out while the temporary protection order was in effect, in clear violation of the court's directive and the law. So that should alarm every citizen of Sunnyside that elected city official, city council member, engaged a private investigator under false pretenses to target and intimidate a city employee. So this conduct undermines public trust, threatens workplace safety, reflects a profound abuse of power that cannot be ignored.
At this time, the restraining order remains expired. York says he is evaluating other legal options to determine next steps. And Hancock telling our team she feels relieved to be able to get back to city business. Now to read more and previous coverage on this, just visit our website. That's applevalleynewsnow.com. 6:35 in environment news, Benton County Mosquito Control is using new technology to help combat the mosquito populations this season. So crews are using planes and these kinds of drones to target breeding sites. And this comes after West Nile virus was detected in the county. So the program focuses on larviciding, which treats mosquitoes at their earliest life stages in water. Officials saying 85 to 90% of their work happens before the insects even take flight.
It doesn't make much sense to bring out a helicopter or a giant airplane for little small spots. That's why we started investing in these drones, and over the last 4 years they've definitely helped pay for themselves.
These drones can access areas of standing water that crews cannot reach by vehicle or on foot, and they say the technology cuts down on summer mosquito populations and also reduces the risk of mosquito-borne illnesses. And they will continue using these drones and planes throughout the season. All right, tossing, turning, staring at the ceiling. When sleep just won't come, some people reach for supplements, but which ones are the best ones? We'll let you know which ones will help and which ones to watch out for. It's all coming up in your Consumer Reports after the break.
Apple Valley News Now. Hope you have a great Labor Day.
Legacy lives in the people who've made this place home. For decades, Hapo and Community First Bank have been part of that legacy. Different names, same mission, invested in every relationship. We're coming together to keep building what matters. Because legacy doesn't end. It lives on in every loan, every dream, every member helped.
Hi, welcome to Hapo.
Welcome to Nob Hill Casino, your premier gaming destination. Experience the thrill of a Vegas-style casino featuring the friendliest dealers in town. Join our Players Club and unlock exclusive rewards every time you play. Challenge your skills at our 16-lane bowling alley. Unwind with a drink at our cozy bar, or enjoy breakfast, lunch, or dinner at the Last Frontier. The ultimate entertainment experience has something for everyone. Nob Hill Casino, where locals come to win.
Buy more, save more during the 4-day Super Labor Day sale at Furniture Row. That's 4 amazing days to save $100 on every $1,000 you spend. And with the largest selection at the lowest prices guaranteed, it's the perfect time to refresh your living room, dining room, bedroom, or fall into a new mattress. Check out Doorbusters while they last and save up to 50%. Plus 60 months no interest financing. But hurry, the 4-day Super Labor Day sale at Furniture Row ends Monday.
At Sundown M Ranch, healing begins the moment you arrive. With residential treatment, outpatient programs, and specialized youth care, we support the whole person every step of the way. Our serene setting offers comfort, peace, and space to just breathe.
When it comes to legal matters, you need someone you can trust. At Morphine Law Firm, we are sincerely grateful for the last 5 years of trust and support you've given our firm. Your trust and support have been a major driving force behind our mission for justice. We offer free consultations, and we may not always tell you what you want to hear, but we try to steer you in the right direction. We appreciate your continued trust and confidence in Morphine Law Firm.
We take off for a flight over an awesome park area in the Blue Mountains.
An adventure every time I'm at the reserve and I see animals and wildlife and plants every time, something that I didn't see yet.
Fly the Northwest. Hapo Valley News Now at 6 Tuesday.
It's time to play. That is right.
Me, you'll win this.
Right. Even a broken clock is right twice a day.
Live with Kelly and Mark today at 9 on Apple Valley News Now.
From Apple Valley News Now, First Alert Weather with Chief Meteorologist Josh Colbreth.
Welcome back to Good Morning Northwest. Let's go ahead and take you on a zone-by-zone tour of this Labor Day forecast. Will be about 10 degrees hotter than normal for this time of the year. So that means around 80 for Snoqualmie Pass, mid-90s in the Kittitas Valley. We're going to see 93s and 94s up and down the Yakima Valley. Hazy sunshine across the map for today. In fact, it could be a little bit smoky at times in the upper Yakima Valley, just given its proximity to the Wildcat Fire. Then in the lower Columbia Basin, mid-90s, hazy sunshine here. For the foothills, low 90s in the Morrow County foothills, mid-90s for the foothills of Umatilla and Walla Walla counties, 80s and 90s even in the highest terrain of the Blue Mountains. A little bit breezy in the foothills, but I think for the most part, we'll have some mostly light winds out there. Let's show you the atmospheric lay of the land over the next few days with the Futurecast satellite and radar. You'll see the spinning blue H off in the Pacific. That is an area of high pressure, and when you hear high pressure around this time of the year, think hotter and drier weather. So that's going to dominate our weather over the next handful of days. So we will trend hotter, and because of that, vegetation dryness is going to trend up. Now for today, already significant levels of vegetation dryness in the Cascades and the upper Yakima Basin, but by Thursday, when we're going to be in the thick of things in terms of the heat, vegetation dryness is going to go back up to critical. And I'll show you the heat that's going to coincide with this coming up in a few minutes.
Thank you, Josh. Time now for Consumer Reports, and this morning we're talking about sleep. So it turns out most of us don't get enough of it, and that's why we're exploring if supplements could be the answer for most of us. Take a look.
You've been staring at the ceiling for what feels like hours, wondering why sleep is playing hard to get.
If you're consistently losing sleep, studies have shown it can wreak havoc on your body and increase your risk for anxiety and depression.
If you're looking into supplements, you're not alone. According to a nationally representative Consumer Reports survey, about 1 in 6 Americans use dietary or natural supplements in the past year to help them sleep better. Unlike sleep medications, which are prescribed by a doctor, sleep supplements can be found over the counter. Store shelves are stocked with pills, teas, and tonics claiming to help you sleep. Take melatonin, which is a naturally produced hormone that regulates our sleep-wake cycle and helps control when you're sleepy and when you feel awake. Evidence does suggest that taking melatonin can help you doze off about 7 minutes faster on average.
Research shows it may be useful for people with jet lag or certain sleep disorders, but be sure not to overdo it. You don't want to interfere with your body's natural production of melatonin.
Other supplements you may find promoted out there to help you sleep include CBD, which is a compound that is found in both hemp and marijuana, and it doesn't get you high. Some early research suggests CBD may be a reasonable treatment for insomnia, but a lot more research still needs to be done. One study suggests that if your vitamin D levels are low, adding it may help you nod off faster and sleep longer. And if it's restless leg syndrome keeping you up at night, your doctor may suggest taking iron.
If you do decide to try a supplement, be sure to look for a trustworthy seal on the bottle from a group like US Pharmacopeia, ConsumerLab.com, or NSF.
And don't forget, you can also pair your sleep supplements perhaps with a white noise machine. CR's experts thought the Magic Team's Sound Machine's white noise machine was the perfect combination of inexpensive and easy to use with high quality sound. This is Jaima Crespo.
Other things you can do to help you sleep include limiting your screen time before bed and also not consuming any caffeine after lunchtime. All right, keep it here because coming up next, we've got your morning sprint, everything you need to know before you head out the door. And Josh will be back with your full First Alert weather forecast. It's all coming up in just a few minutes.
Back to school. That means more kids will be out in traffic when you least expect them. They don't know the rules of the road yet, but you do. So drive safely. Call Allen Brecky Law Offices at 735-0546. They're waiting to help you.
With STIHL battery. Now is the best time to save big on over 40 hardworking STIHL tools. Hurry into your local STIHL dealer or shop online.
Got a family reunion in the works? Make it unforgettable at Beaver Valley Lodge. With cozy rooms, beautiful mountain views, and plenty of space to gather, it's the perfect place to reconnect and make new memories. Book direct with us and get 10% off. That means more savings for barbecues, bonfires, and all those late night laughs. So skip the middleman and book direct today, because great reunions start with the perfect place to stay. Beaver Valley Lodge. Come as a guest and leave as a friend.
There's a reason Chevy is called the heartbeat of America. With SUVs for life's adventures, trucks as dependable as the people who drive them, EVs to charge up a summer of no limits, and American legends that need no introduction. This summer, Chevy drives America.
And now, well-qualified buyers can get 0% financing with around $10,000 in total value on this Silverado. See your community Chevy dealers.
Prosser Memorial Health has received a 5-star rating from the Centers for Medicare and Medicaid Services. Prosser Memorial Health is one of just 290 hospitals nationwide to receive their highest rating, and one of only 2 critical access hospitals in the state of Washington. For over 78 years, Prosser Memorial Health has provided high quality and compassionate care to our communities served. It's our privilege. Learn more at prosserhealth.org. This is how we care.
Level up your game at Legends Casino Hotel with Cosmic Cash, where every Thursday in September, we're giving away over $28,000 total in cash prizes. Use your Legends Rewards card while playing to power up entries, and you could score $4,000, $6,000, $8,000, or even $10,000. Forget the old school arcade. This is your chance to one-up your wallet with real cash wins. Cosmic Cash at Legends Casino Hotel. Game on.
Back to school. That means more kids will be out in traffic when you least expect them. They don't know the rules of the road yet, but you do. So drive safely. Call Allen Brecky Law Offices at 735-0546. They're waiting to help you.
Live with Kelly and Mark today at 9 on Apple Valley News Now.
From Apple Valley News Now, First Alert Weather with Chief Meteorologist Josh Colbreth.
Welcome back to Good Morning Northwest. Today is going to be a beautiful day in terms of the sunshine, but it will be hazy sunshine for most of us. Partly cloudy skies for the US 97 corridor and up in the Cascades, and could have some thicker smoke downwind of the wildcat fire that's burning in northwestern Yakima County. Some of that could get into the upper Yakima Valley, which is already what we've seen for this morning. High temperatures for today, 70s in the Cascades, 80s in the Blues, and 90s for lower elevations. About 10 degrees hotter than normal for Labor Day. A little bit breezy in the southern Blues, the Blue foothills, the Dalles up in the Cascades, but light winds for the rest of us. Then for tonight, we'll have clear skies when it comes to the clouds, but in terms of the haze, still a lot of haze on the map, and once again it could get pretty smoky for these portions of Yakima County, the northwestern corner, then getting into the Yakima Valley as well. Overnight low is going to be down in the 50s for the Cascades, 50s and 60s in the Blues, and 60s galore for lower elevations. Wind gusts for tonight, light for the most part, but could have some northwesterly winds in the Kittitas Valley, southwesterly for the Dows. High temperature is going to trend up into Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday around 100 in the Tri-Cities. A pivot on Friday back to more normal high temperatures for early September, but we're still going to be a little bit above average. Definitely very warm out there, just not as hot as what we're going to experience for the middle of this week. And that little cool down is going to coincide with some shower and thunderstorm chances going up into Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. For Friday, this will mainly be up in the mountains, but for Saturday and Sunday, could spread down to lower elevations. So I'll have a lot more to say about this a little bit later in the week. Your 7-day forecast for the Tri-Cities, 96 for today, around 100 Tuesday through Thursday, back to 96 on Friday, then the 80s and 90s with little shower chances for the weekend. In the Yakima Valley, very hazy / smoky for the foreseeable future until the Wildcat fire gets a little bit more containment. And thankfully, it looks like maybe that situation could get helped out with some rainfall for the weekend. In the Kittitas Valley for the weekend, not just shower chances, but also thunderstorm chances. We'll keep a very close eye on that, just given how dry everything is out there. Speaking of dry, hot, dry, and hazy in Hermiston through, well, Thursday, at least a little bit cooler for Friday, then back down into the 80s and 90s for Saturday and Sunday with little 20% shower chances. Finally, for Walla Walla, also hot, dry, and hazy through Thursday, the pivot on Friday, then a little bit cooler for the weekend with 20% chances of showers and thunderstorms. Now let's head out to New York City to see what's ahead on Good Morning America.
In this morning's GMA First Look, how a soccer star is inspiring a young fan.
Watching her play every weekend motivates me to go to practice and go more than 110% to be my best self.
Trinity Rodman filming a TikTok with 16-year-old Jenna Friedman last year, and since then, their friendship taking off. Trinity surprising Jenna with a flight to DC to watch her home game against the Chicago Stars.
So we kind of got on like a FaceTime on the TikTok live, and so we were talking it up and everything, and then the following day she joined my live again and was like, what if I flew you up to my next home game, which I thought was crazy.
And coming up at 7 a.m., a closer look at Jenna's special day and the bond inspiring fans and players everywhere. With your GMA First Look, I'm Lionel Moise, ABC News, New York.
Don't mind me. I'm just the flu. I'm quite harmless, really. And when people ask, but aren't you linked to dangerous flu complications like pneumonia, heart attack, and hospitalizations? I just say, but I'm just the flu.
Demand more from your flu shot. Sanofi higher dose flu vaccines are proven to provide better flu protection than standard dose flu shots in older adults. They've even been shown to better protect against flu-related complications.
Don't get Fluzone High Dose if you've had a severe allergic reaction to its components, including egg products or after previous dose of flu vaccine. Don't get Flu Block if you've had a severe allergic reaction to its components. Tell your healthcare professional if you've had severe muscle weakness. Guillain-Barré syndrome. People with weakened immune systems may have a lower vaccine response. Vaccination may not protect everyone. Fainting has occurred.
All flu shots are not the same. Ask about Fluzone High Dose or Flu Block at your local pharmacy or doctor's office.
Now, the Morning Sprint.
Time is 6:52. It's time for your morning sprint. We want to start with your national news. A federal judge has temporarily blocked the removal of unaccompanied Guatemalan minors in U.S. custody. The Trump administration was moving to send hundreds of Guatemalan children in government custody back to their home country. Officials say the administration has identified more than 600 unaccompanied children from Guatemala in the custody of the HHS department. The judge ordering the U.S. government yesterday to not remove any of the individuals for 2 weeks. In your business news, we're talking gas prices, which hasn't been this cheap over Labor Day weekend since 2020. Gas prices are expected to average $3.15 per gallon this year, and in some parts of the country, gas will be less than $3. Now to your top 5 local headlines. Pasco police arrest a second suspect in the deadly shooting of Lupita Ponce Penaloza from back on July 23rd on West Marie Street. 31-year-old Jose Sanchez was taken into custody in Sunnyside after an investigation. The first person, 30-year-old Jonathan Villegas, was arrested on July 26th. And the Benton County Health District says 3 mosquito pools in Kennewick have tested positive for West Nile virus. These are located near Edison and Columbia Park Trail. So far, no human or animal cases have been reported, but officials are reminding residents to drain standing water, wear long sleeves, and use EPA-approved repellents. And the strike by Local 302 against Associated General Contractors is raising concerns about delays on projects like the Pasco Aquatic Center. But the executive director says most projects, including the Outdoor Pool Foundation, is still on track. And Pasco voters in District 4 have until tomorrow to apply for a vacant city council seat after Mayor Pete Serrano's resignation. The selected candidate will serve through December 31st. Applications will be accepted online or at the city manager's office, with interviews scheduled for September 15th. And Kennewick's 12th annual Labor Day picnic is today at Columbia Park. It goes from 11 a.m. to 3 p.m. You can enjoy live music, food, face painting, and even a car and motorcycle show. Also, don't forget to bring your blankets and your chairs. All right, trending this morning, we're looking at the most expensive house right now in the U.S., which is for sale in Colorado.
All right, get ready to add this one to your Zillow wish list.
Boy.
At a whopping $300 million, Sotheby's lists Little Lake Lodge near Aspen as the most expensive house for sale in the country. The Aspen Times reports that the home was built by a California billionaire couple who own the parent company of Fiji Water and Palm Wonderful.
Okay, all of that all makes sense.
Yes.
And then being near Aspen, oh, it's gorgeous. So the house is 27,000 square foot and it's on a 74-acre estate. The property includes the 4 parcels of land, a private 6-acre lake, and 45-space parking lot for all 45 of your cars. Goodness gracious, look at that price. Okay, I guess if you win the Powerball, you can maybe go and get that.
I think that would be in your budget.
I think so.
I'm so jealous.
I feel like it could kind of look better for being the most expensive house in the U.S. I don't know. Maybe I'm just because AI has been creating like dream houses, and I think it's kind of ruined me. Like,
Yeah.
it's just like none of those kind of exist. I don't know. Maybe that's just me. Maybe there is something out there.
I mean, it looked pretty nice to me,
It's
but given the
pretty
price
gnarly
tag,
looking.
maybe it could have been a little bit fancy.
You know what I'm saying? I feel like there's
Yeah.
like cooler houses out there. I don't know.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. Well, is our weather getting cool? Not really. It's going to be hot, right?
No, it's going to get cool for the weekend, but
Okay.
we've got a long, and not this weekend. I know it's still technically day 3,
So not for a
3-day
while.
weekend. We're talking Saturday and Sunday. Okay, let's go ahead and take a look at, this is current low-level wildfire smoke. So this is surface smoke coming from the Wildcat Fire, getting into the Kittitas Valley, into the Yakima Valley, trying to get into the Tri-Cities as well. Air quality, thankfully, just moderately reduced for this morning. If we see anything else, we'll let you know. Right now, temperatures 50s and 60s across the map. A little bit later today, mid-90s for lower elevations. Going to be hazy sunshine, about 10 degrees hotter than normal for this time of the year. Bottom line for the forecast, around 95 for lower elevations for today, closer to 100 Tuesday through Thursday. Hazy sunshine for the foreseeable future, although that might get disrupted a smidge with some of those shower and thunderstorm chances this weekend as we trend cooler.
And thank you guys for watching Good Morning Northwest on this Labor Day. You can always find the latest on our website. That's applevalleynewsnow.com.
Yeah, Good Morning America is up next, and we'll be back with your local news and weather tonight at 5. Have a great day.